Hello and welcome back to the Bored Whovian YouTube channel. And Legends of the Sea Devils has just aired. It's currently 8:05, so it's not even been 10 minutes since the episode stopped airing. I've got into my room, got ready to record, and yeah, let's just run through it. So I did my preview last week and I was talking about the episode and what I thought about it. I'm gonna be honest, I'm a little bit underwhelmed. I think I mentioned how short the episode is for the average running time of Jodie's episodes, and it still kind of dragged a bit. It felt quite slow to me, and sometimes when they had moments where they slowed down and talked between the Doctor and Yaz, it didn't feel like the right time sometimes. The one moment which really stood out was actually between Dan and Yaz, where it was just like, this felt like a scene from Evil of the Daleks all over again, and it was there was nothing new to it, and it was such a short scene, it didn't need to be there, or at least those lines didn't need to be there, because it kind of just went, okay, this isn't moving anything forward. I'll get to my thoughts on how they develop that sort of thing in this story. I'll get onto that, but okay, first of all, let's talk about the Sea Devils. What do I think of the Sea Devils in this story? I'll be honest, I've never been the biggest fan of the actual story of the Sea Devils. I think it's massively overrated. I don't know, I've never really loved it. I don't care how controversial it is, but I've never loved the episode. But it's kind of a classic, iconic design, and they don't really do anything in Warriors of the Deep either. And I'll get into something else as well with that as well. But the Sea Devils, yeah, they were just in this story. They weren't amazing in this story. I thought they were dealt with relatively easily, I thought. You know, the scene where Dan just kind of whacks a sword at them and kills like 6 of them in one shot. That, was just a bit... But, yeah, I'm really not that impressed by this story. I don't know, I was hoping for something from the new writer Ella Rowe to kind of spice it in. But I don't know, I wasn't really... I don't know, nothing really stuck out to me that excited me. I'm not too excited. I wasn't too excited by it. But, yeah, the one thing I did like about the Sea Devils is they reused the noise from the actual original story 50 years ago of whenever they were getting attacked or stabbed or whatever. I liked that. That was pretty cool, reusing that sound effect. But Doctor Who always does that. Doctor Who reuses sound effects all the time. The hardest sound effects and everything were all still reused from the 60s, which I love about the show, and it was nice to see that with the Sea Devils. And moving on from the Sea Devils, I expected the m1ck to be in this story, and it wasn't the m1ck, it was like, I don't know what they called it, Hirashem or something, so it's a different monster, which kind of upset me a little bit. I really wanted it to be the m1ck, but, got my hopes up, got disappointed. That's what kind of happens, I guess. Yeah, really sad there, but, just got to move on and say, look, that's one of the things I have an issue with this episode, which I really should put aside, because it's not a big deal. But overall, for it to be such a short episode, I can see why they shortened it from the original hour, I think. Because it really, even though it was 47 minutes, it still felt quite slow. And it really didn't do much for me. The characters overall, you got, I forget the name of him, something Key is the guy who's holding the gem, and his family's been holding it to keep the Sea Devils away. And you've got Madam Ching. I like the performance of the actress who plays Madam Ching. That was really good from her. And then you've also got something young, a man who had his ship stolen by the Sea Devils. And yeah, performance-wise, I don't really have any gripes with any of the performances from this story. I just really have an issue with the story itself. It really didn't stick out that much for me. And yeah, I mean, I was comparing it to stories similar to it, so late on in the Doctor's run, and what people said is this is the last chance for the Doctor to have fun, and I was thinking, okay, the one episode which sticks out in my head is Planet of the Dead, and Planet of the Dead gets a lot of bad rap. I preferred Planet of the Dead to this 100%. I wanted to like this story so much, and yeah, I didn't like the main plot of the story, and I really didn't like how it changed pace at certain times, because it didn't really flow as naturally as I would have liked. But yeah, I don't know, this is a really short review. This is going to be really short. What would I give this out of 10? I'd give it a 4. I really didn't like it, and I really liked Eva the Daleks. I thought that was good, but I didn't like this one. Really didn't like this one. I don't know. It's just not it for me, you know. So yeah, I mean I'll move on to actually the Doctor and Yaz. I haven't talked about that about Phasmin. The idea of I'm not happy about the I didn't want the Doctor to have feelings for Yaz. I wanted it to be unrequited, and it isn't, which annoys me. But what I do like is the Doctor's response, because I guess it acknowledges past kind of. I think it, without mentioning it, it's not. She's not really talking about River. She's really talking about how Rose affected her, and the idea, because you know, River isn't like a normal human, so it's, you know, that kind of hurt the Doctor so much. I guess it was nice to have a nod to River Song as well, and I like the idea that the Doctor's kind of scared, because that is very true to the Doctor's character, I guess. But I still view the Doctor as asexual, and it does annoy. And I didn't like it with Series 2. I didn't like it with Matt Smith, and I'm not a big fan of it now. I'm fine with people falling for the Doctor, and yeah, you feel for Yaz at the end where she's just kind of like, I don't want this, even though I do want this. I don't want this. Which I guess is fine. I'm not gonna, you know, if people do like this, fine, enjoy it, but it's just not for me. But yeah, that's how it's dealt with. Dan kind of gets pushed aside in this story quite a lot, and I guess that's so you can get the Doctor and Yaz alone as much as possible, which, you know, was definitely a choice writing this by Chris Chibnall and Ella Road probably as well, kind of adding in. But yeah, just overall, I don't think I'm going to rewatch this story ever, really. I don't know if I ever will. You know, I haven't reacted this badly to a Whittaker story since, I don't know. It's my least favourite since Can You Hear Me, I think. Really didn't do much for me. Really short, and it deserved to be short. It could have been cut. It could have been classic key length. I really didn't move the pacing at all. Didn't like it, and that's my honest opinion. It was nice to see how other people react to this, but yeah, my gut feeling watching this, didn't like it. And yeah, I'm looking forward to Centenary and see what that has in store. I think it's time to start talking about the trailer we get at the end of this episode. So I don't think, I've just done a little quick check, we don't really have a title for this story. It just says coming soon, doesn't come up with a title or anything. I've looked on Instagram and they've said just, you know, it's her final adventure. If that's the title, that's awful. It won't be. We just don't have a title yet. Maybe they haven't even decided on a title. Who knows? But, you know, in that trailer, it's confirmed the Master's back. We get multiple looks of the Master. One really short trim Master, and, you know, a real kind of Rasputin looking Shashtrawan Master as well. I pretty much I was 100% sure he was in this story. Also, the Daleks are in this. You know, I could have, you know, wagered that, but I wasn't too confident. And Ashad, the lone Cyberman, is back with other Cybermen as well. That would be interesting to see. The Master's back also without his, you know, Cyber Masters, whatever you want to call them. Interesting to see how they work into this story. It's feature length, so it's going to be over 70 minutes, so a lot of time to pack a lot of stuff in and see what happens. And the Master also in this trailer is very sure that that the Doctor's going to die. So yeah, interesting to see. It's probably going to be at the Master's hand or something else. God knows. It'd be interesting to see how the Doctor dies, and you know, it's her final story. It'd be interesting to see how they conclude story arcs from her era. And the biggest news of this trailer, obviously, is the fact that the orange spacesuit is back from the Impossible Planet. No joking, obviously, the biggest news is the fact that Tegan and Ace are returning. Obviously, that is Jeanette Fielding and Sophie Aldred. Obviously, Jeanette Fielding's character Tegan was a companion to the Fifth Doctor, and kind of technically the Fourth Doctor, if you for Logopolis, his final story. And also you have Sophie Aldred's Ace, who was a companion to the Seventh Doctor, and if you count all the books as canon, has met the 13th Doctor already. But I don't know if they're going to acknowledge that or not. And that book was actually written by Sophie Aldred, and I actually haven't finished reading it. I'm only like 3 chapters in. They have not met each other yet. But, you know, hopefully I'm going to finish that book before this story. But it's amazing to see them back. There were rumours around Sophie Aldred, but the idea of Tegan being back, I had no clue. And I'm so happy to know that she's back and that they're working together. I really like, and I really like both companions as well. Seeing Tegan as an adult isn't too odd because she was kind of an adult already as her character. But Ace is kind of, you know, in the show was very much kind of like a Rose kind of character. She was like a teenager. So yeah, seeing Ace on screen back is amazing. We haven't had a classic Who companion return to the show since Sarah Jane. Obviously as well, Joe Grant came back into Sarah Jane Adventures, but it's really nice to see them come back, and it'd be nice to see what kind of role they have in the story. Also, Kate Stewart's back. We saw a little shot of her, but yeah. One final note on the trailer as well. We do see a shot of the Doctor actually regenerating, which makes me confident that we will see a regeneration on screen. I think I've got my fingers crossed about that, because I was worried it would just be kind of the Doctor walking on in the distance, and you know we'd see series 14, and the new Doctor would be there fully formed. I do like seeing the change on screen, so and that means we probably will get it. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that story. Hopefully, it's a worthy conclusion to Jodie Whittaker. She deserves a good send off, and I am looking forward to it. And we haven't got any, you know, full proper trailer other than the normal, you know, coming soon at the end of a story. So hopefully we get more content as the months go by until October. I mean, the one thing I'm looking for right now is a title. That's all I'm looking for, is the title of the episode, so we can think about it, because we are going to still be calling it the Centenary, or the Centennial, or whatever you want to call it, kind of like that, until then. But I guess that's all we can say about it. All we can do now is speculate with the content we've got now, which is just that trailer. But yeah, what do you think about Legends of the Sea Devils? Comment below. If you disagree with me, that's completely fine. You know, I might be in the minority here. I've just got to admit I didn't enjoy it that much. But yeah, comment below what you thought of the episode. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Like this video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe for more content. Subscribe for more content. I do all the reviews whenever episodes come out, so I won't be doing any of these for a while. But I also do a series where I randomly review episodes from all across Doctor Who. I have an unpopular opinion series called Unpopular Who Opinions, where I will upload videos on my really controversial opinions surrounding the world of Doctor Who. So make sure to check that kind of stuff out. And I will also make videos that are completely random, just about my love for this show. So that is everything. I've been the Bald Whovian, and I'll see you around.